Routinely, the auctioneer will return from consulting with the seller and announce that the seller has declared the auction is now an absolute auction sale. Sometimes during the break, other bidders get a chance to realize that they will really like to buy the property and can now bid, so the bidding process starts all over again. When all bids are in, you will hear the word sold and the bidding is now complete. The result is that all the people interested in the property are here on a specific day and time. The true market value of the property is realized and the bidder has the confidence that they have paid just one increment more than the other bidders. Now as the real estate auction agent can confidently report to the seller that the bid was the true market value of this property. In this module, we'll learn about traditional marketing as compared to auction marketing, sample advertising. Traditional sale. An agent takes a listing. All costs for marketing are now paid for by the listing agent. They list it on the MLS, have photos and virtual tours done, place a sign on the property. The big expense is the time of open houses, a time-consuming process usually done on weekends. It becomes a wait-and-see selling process. If none of this works, the agent reduces the price. Repeat all the traditional marketing again. Unfortunately, this is a time-consuming process and can take up to a year and still not be sold. After that year, the seller can find a new agent. As I mentioned, John D. Rockefeller once said, "The difference between me and everybody else is how I spend my time. As a real estate auction agent, you can now spend your time and weekends doing what you want." Now we'll give you an overview of what goes on in the auction marketing of your property. Real estate auction agent takes the listing and refers it to the auctioneer. Unlike the traditional sale, the seller pays the marketing costs for their property. Auctioneer develops a marketing plan and budget, which we will discuss shortly. You and the auctioneer present it to the seller. Listing is either created or partnered on MLS. If it's already listed with a broker or agent, it is partnered. Noted on the MLS as a home for sale at auction, considered to be a new listing. Regional or national newspapers are used based on the value of the property. Virtual tour, website, large signs, email list. The auctioneer will also do neighborhood marketing, pre-sale previews to qualified bidders, create special financing packages with mortgage brokers for this particular property, encourage broker participation, telemarketing inquiry will be followed up to remind them of the auction date, pre-auction offers will be encouraged. Cost of all marketing varies based on a showcase or multiple property auction event. By this I mean the property can be either sold as a single sale process or in a group of a bunch of properties together. Showcase property auction marketing costs will generally be about 1.5% of the property value. In a multi-property auction, where a number of participants and sellers participate, depending on the number of them, the cost will be divided equally amongst those. For instance, if there's 10 properties and the marketing budget is $10,000, each one will pay $1,000. All marketing costs are recouped for the seller because the buyer pays all costs of transfer and settlement fees. Now we'll talk about the auction marketing budget. This is probably the most important thing to the seller. After all, they are paying to have their property sold at auction. Most auction firms have two types of auction events. Multi-property sale, which is multiple sellers and multiple owners. Showcase property sale, which is a single property showcased in the advertising. This is an example of a showcase property sale. As you can see, only one property is featured in this brochure. It's all about this property. It doesn't promote anybody else's property and only promotes this single seller auction sale. This is an example of a multi-owner, multi-seller property. That means there's different sellers in this particular auction sale on the same day. As you can see, This is the information of the inside featuring the two different properties, a marina and a house. This is a sample of the advertising that takes place in the newspapers, the print media. As you look at the ads, you can see pictures of the showcase property, and right beside it you'll see a property ad that says 25 properties to be sold in a given area. That's a number of properties that particular day given at a ballroom sale. We also do caravan sales, which means if there's 8 or 9 or 10 properties, we will go to each property that day. Each seller will make their decision as to what they're going to sell the property at, and the auction will go to the next one when that auction sale is over.